Welcome back to Through the Portal, where Ridge and I talk about all things Alpha Clash. Today, we are really going to be focused on our launch of Cosmic Conquest, which is coming up very, very soon. There it is.
Pretty excited. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a really fun campaign. And today we're going to talk about pretty much everything you need to know about the campaign.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's. I mean, the one thing that people always want to know, it's important for a Kickstarter campaign, is the tiers. So let's just start there, I think, right? Or let's give a little, just in case you haven't heard the spiel. Let's do it quick. I think most people watching have, but just in case they haven't heard of the board game, Ridge, break it down for them.
Yeah, so this board game is really a prequel story, and it's 100,000 years in the past, and it's going to be following Clarity and her role as the Harbinger of Death, and kind of what happened and led to the events of where she, is at in the modern day story. And in the board game, it's really a tactical skirmish, victory point themed game where you're going to be rolling dice, taking over zones and controlling them, all the while you're gaining perks, you're buying armory cards, you engage in combat and use abilities on your contenders, and you roll dice and resolve combat. And so, yeah, it's just a really great game that encompasses just really good elements of battling, dice rolling, zone control, victory points, and it's all wrapped up into the Alpha Clash universe.
Yep, it's awesome. The game, just the samples that we've gotten are super high quality. Everyone that I've shown it to, including really serious board game people, are super impressed by the quality. They love the game itself, so we know you guys are gonna love it, whether or not you're a board game person. But if you're in the Alpha Clash world, you're gonna love it. And we also have lots of stuff built into this campaign that will make you love it even more if you're not a board game person.
Yeah, and we are going to be tying what we call the Cosmic Block, into the comic books and the TCG as sets. It's going to be really important. We're not ready to fully share how we're going to be integrating some of these mechanics and things, from Cosmic Conquest into the TCG and how that'll fit, but it is going to be important in how we evolve and make the game even better moving forward. And
we're kind of excited about it because these characters are so cool looking.
Yeah,
so I'm excited to learn more about them, but also have them on more cards.
Yeah, and with that, we'll be releasing the comic books alongside the TCG sets, and there's going to be 2 or 3 comic books per set, and that starts with the Cosmic Block. So issue 1's being worked on right now, and it's really cool. Al did a great job writing the script, but it's going to tie into everything. And if you want to do a deep dive onto characters, what's cool is there's lore on your characters, your contender cards on one side, and then they're kind of more powerful. Awakened side has more abilities and things like that, but there's just so much lore, and there's just great gameplay. I mean, in every way, like Cosmic Conquest is awesome, and it's going to tie into the TCG. And with that, we brought in some really cool TCG goodies that the community should be excited about. And we'll get to the stretch goals in a bit, but there's some exciting stretch goals too. So
yes, watch the end. You have to watch the end for the stretch goals on this one. That is our retention tactic for this video. Is the stretch goals that we have for this campaign are very, very exciting, and you're going to hear it right here first on this episode.
All right. So first, the campaign launch. It's February 25th, and we'll be launching at 6:30 Pacific. So that's 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 8:30 Central, and 9:30 Eastern. Okay, so depending on where you're at, between 6:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. in the United States is when we'll be launching. So again, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, that's 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And until we hit launch, you can sign up to become a VIP. You'll get the cool VIP card and the exclusive alternate miniature of Clarity. So don't miss out. It's a $1 refundable deposit, and you can get some cool swag for your board game and TCG and all that, just for doing that and backing the campaign at one of the tiers. All right, so first, tier 1, we're going to call it Unrivaled. That's $59. You get the board game, you get the creation promo card, and then you get all unlocked stretch goals. Okay, so you get the base board game and the goodies, and that awesome, promo that Kaio did of creation. So yeah, one of my new favorite artworks.
Awesome.
All right, so second at $109, it's called Awakened. That's our tier 2. You'll get the board game. You'll get 3 miniature packs. So you get 18 total miniatures. You get the Sentinel, Savior, and Destroyer miniature pack. You also get 2 creation promo cards. You get the unlocked stretch goals with that. So all that packaged up for $109. Tons of value in that. If you just buy those as add-ons, you save over, I think roughly $70 alone just by doing that tier. Tier 3. Okay, so we'll kind of climb the ranks here. This is the Cosmic Conqueror tier. This one is $149. So you get all the same things. You get the base level board game, you get miniature packs, but you also get the Harbinger miniatures pack. So you get the 4 Harbingers, the modern day Harbingers, I should say. And then you'll get a dice tray. You get 4 creation promo cards instead of, the last tier was 2. You get your unlocked stretch goals. You get your card sleeves of Alpha Aster, and the cards in the board game will be sized for the sleeves, and which is the same size as our TCG cards. So they'll fit both the board game and that. So the sleeves have dual purpose in this campaign. And yeah, so you get, I also forgot, you get the Harbinger expansion pack. So what's cool about this is in the Harbinger expansion pack, you get 4 new planets, you get 4 new contenders. That's kind of the core of it. Then you get your 4 acrylic standees. You get little planet tokens and planet cards with it. But the Harbingers are really cool, and they add a unique element to the game. So the game has 9 planets in it, and then you get to add 4. So if you want even more variability from game to game, you can switch it up, use these contenders, and it's a Kickstarter exclusive. So we're not printing this and doing it beyond that. Anyone that backs on Kickstarter and gets it, that's the way to get this expansion pack for the board game. So, without a doubt, if you're getting in on the board game, you want the expansion, because it's going to be great. And then looking at the top tier, tier 4, Champion of the Gambit. This one's $499, and I got to read this list because it's a long list.
It's a lot. Yeah.
You get a collector's edition of the board game, so it'll be like a holographic shiny box. Okay, you get the base board game. You get the 4 packs of miniatures, so you get your Sentinel, Savior, Destroyer core pack plus your Harbingers. You then get 8 copies of the Creation promo card. You get the dice tray. You get the card sleeves. You get a 7.5-inch statue of Alpha Aster. Okay. You get a 1-of-1 signed card. Okay, because there's 22 of these available. There's only 22 of the top tier available, and it's basically one of every character that's in the board game plus the expansion. So the 4 Harbingers plus the 18, contenders. Now these artworks, they are retired and they're only going to be printed here. So this exclusive artwork in the TCG specifically, which are named as future cards. So technically they're playable. They're, but they're all exclusive arts, 1-of-1s, and signed by myself and Garrett, who has the elusive signature. I don't think he has signed very many things, ironically. I think Denver Collecticon was the last time he signed something, which would have been, 2.5 years ago, roughly. But anyways, on top of that, so I got cut off, but the 1-of-1 signed cards, which are all super cool. You get an uncut sheet from set 5. Okay. That, big uncut sheet. You get a jersey, you get enamel pins, and you get the unlocked stretch goals.
Yeah. So it's not like one of the promo. We've done some of the promo uncut sheets. It's like the one behind you.
Yeah. It's, I want to say it's 50 cards.
Yeah. Big.
Yeah. It's big. It's big. So all that between, depending on what tier you're looking for, there's just so much value packed into every tier, and depending on what you're looking for, there's something for everyone in this campaign. Now that's just the tiers. Then we go to the add-ons. Right?
Well, there's a retailer tier as well. If you are a retailer, $199 gets you 6 boxes of the just the base board game. That's for retailers only, and we will be checking on that. But just a good way for you to be able to get some for your shop.
Yep. Yeah, and those are priced really well for the game store. So not only do you get exclusive pricing in the Kickstarter campaign, because you actually get a discounted rate compared to what the board game will be, like MSRP, but game stores get a discounted rate on top of that too. So if you have a game store and you think that they're interested, make sure that you show them this campaign. We're demoing the game at different game stores across the country right now, and people are loving it. So we're excited to get it there. Now, looking at add-ons, we've got the board game. So if you just want more board games, 1 or 2 or whatever, that's $59. Now, something that's really cool is exclusive to this campaign, and it's going to be print on demand, it's the Elite Vault 1, Elite Vault 01. And in that, there are 18 cards, all, consistent artwork, all done by Wade King. Looks incredible. And, you'll see later in the stretch goals that we'll serialize all those cards. So if we hit a certain number, but those Elite Vaults are really cool, and those are print on demand. So however many we sell, we're printing, and that's it. Like, we're not going to print, for example, like 10,000, and then we kind of go, the traditional route that way. These are for the community to have a chance to have really cool exclusive alternate arts and, have access to those. Death and Moxie and War and Torque, Magnate. I mean, we kind of cover all the main characters, if you will.
Yep.
Now, another thing, we're going to do a portal and dice combo, and this one's $30. So you'll get a custom die that has the progenitor's symbol as the 6, and then you'll get, 5 portals. That's really for Gambit. It doesn't have to be exclusively for the Gambit format, but it's just a really good thing there. So yeah, the portals, they're like zoomed in on the planet cards, and then the portal is kind of popped up there. So those will be, double-sided tokens for you, but, great addition to, your Gambit, format game night. Looking at, your miniatures, if you want more or anything like that, those are $39 each. So your Saviors, Sentinels, Destroyers, 6 miniatures on each of those. And then also, I believe the Harbinger one is $29. So if you want just that, you can just get the Harbingers at $29. The jersey is $35.
Yep. Really
cool custom jersey. I'm excited to get that one. Now, we've got Aster and Genesis themed items. Now, the Aster sleeves were in some of the tiers, but we also have the card binder. So if anyone has had any of our card binders, like, I love the quality of them.
Yeah, they're a hot commodity.
Yeah. So we'll have Aster and Genesis in those, and those are $20 each. Then we'll have the card sleeves, Aster and Genesis, same artwork. Now, those are the iconics from, set 4 and set 5 of, those 2 characters, and those are $20 each. We'll then also have a 2-player play mat. That's, really this artwork across it. And so that one is $30. The dice tray is $15. And then we'll have some novels and comic books. So if you didn't get any from the previous campaigns, you'll have access to those. And yeah, those are the add-ons. So a lot of really cool tiers, add-ons, which will help us hit our stretch goals. So yeah, let's hop into what some of that looks like, because there are some exciting things. We've been having some really cool conversations behind the scenes, and hopefully can hit some of these stretch goals, not necessarily for us, but like for the community, because there's some great ones. So at 5,000 free stickers, you get a sticker pack. And then we've got free iron-on patches of the Savior, the Sentinel, and the Destroyer symbols. And those are at your $10,000, $15,000, and $20,000 stretch goals. And then at 25, 30, 35, and 40,000, we'll be adding in 5 additional armory cards. So these are ones that weren't in, they really weren't intended to be in the base set. But what we did is we said, okay, well, let's create more. And if there's an appetite for, a larger audience, like we're going to reward that. So the armory cards are going to be really cool. We've got some good ones picked out. That would be just a great addition, and we'll put those in the game box too. So that'll be nice, Kickstarter perk. At 45,000, we'll upgrade the team base holders. So those will just be different colors. So instead of just all black, then they'll be multicolored. So then you can kind of, recognize your team a little bit easier there, and they look cool. Now 50,000 is kind of our first hurdle for a pretty cool promo freebie, and that's the double-sided Clarity Contender, Clarity Defender of All. So going back to a set 1 contender, but using Patty Grimm and his amazing artwork. Now, for lore purposes, you may be wondering, if you're looking at the artwork now, you may be wondering, what is she holding? That's a new weapon. I haven't seen that before. Well, you're going to have to read the comic books to find out. It's going to tie in. So, just an amazing artwork. It'll be double-sided. So if you're at ClashCon and you got the Genesis contender that was double-sided, we're also doing the double-sided for the 50K stretch goal. Once we hit 60, we'll do XP, like gems, like little cubes instead of the little punch tokens. Nice little upgrade inside of the game box. At 70,000, we'll be adding in tokens. So basically, like when you take a planet, you can take the token, mark the planet, and use those just to help recognize who has what in the game. And then at 80,000, the elite vaults will get serialized. Now the intention with this is that we would serialize all the cards, and then those would be randomized and then inserted into the elite vaults. Okay, so for example, you could get an elite vault and you could have number 1 of death, for example, and then you get to like your Chowling card and you have like number 80, and then you get to your Clarity card and it's number 22. The idea is to randomize those, and so each elite vault gives you an opportunity to get number 1, like the bookends, if you will, or your favorite number too. Yeah. I know everyone's got their favorite number. At 90,000, we'll have the free art print. At 100,000, we're going to do a free promo pack, and what those are iconics, and those cards are going to be playable starting at set 6. So you'll see what those cards actually are with the text on them, but you'll just get like an iconic art pack of those 4 cards at 100K, and those are pretty cool artworks. Love those. Looking at 110,000. The LGS exclusive comic book, The Kids Being Kids is what it's called, for set 5 Equilibrium. We'll give digital versions of that for everyone, because it is a really awesome story. So if you are not somewhere that you can, read the comic book, we still want people to have access to it, to read it. And it's a great story about Haven going to play at Family Fun Center and, causing a little bit of chaos. It's a really clever story. So excited for, everyone to read that if they can't get their hands on, a physical copy. And then looking at 120,000, we'll give a free digital copy of our first issue of our, Cosmic Block comic books. And it's called Entropy's Orders. So everyone will get a copy of that digitally.
Here's where it gets good.
And all right, so at 140K, we will be doing a mobile version of the card game. Okay, we've had some conversations. We're excited about that, and we believe that as a community, if we really rise to the occasion, we would be able to offer, a pretty cool experience, mobilely, tablet, version that, you'd be able to practice and play at home, and really just help spread Alpha Clash around the world with being in everyone's hands, digitally. So I'm really excited.
It's been brought up to us obviously since the beginning. It's always been a goal. I think we even got that question at ClashCon, and we're kind of saying it's always on our mind, and we were waiting for the right, we need the right partners, and we've been talking to some people, and we're close to where we think we can make it happen, but we hope that we can reach these stretch goals to kind of help us get over some of those humps. So hopefully we can all rally behind us and make it happen, because I know you guys would love that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then at 160K, we would have a free alternate Alpha Aster miniature. Okay, so different than the one that you see. Just get a new sculpt. Everyone get that for free. We'll also be doing that. That's at 200K. So at 180K, this is the other big one. Okay, we would be looking at doing a pilot episode of Alpha Clash. Okay, if we hit 180,000 as a community, we will do a pilot episode. Now, the intention with this isn't necessarily just to make an episode and then, okay, that was cool, that was fun. The goal is to turn Alpha Clash into an IP. It always has been, and finding ways to increase our reach to new audiences and things like that. Man, having a pilot episode would be awesome, because the goal of that would be to turn it into a show and turn it into something that people would get to see, seasons.
Yeah, and this is another thing that's been on our radar since the beginning. We've talked to a lot of studios and different companies that were potential partners, and for a long time we were looking at possibly doing the animation route, but we've actually, right now, we are leaning more towards this pilot being live action Alpha Clash, which is super exciting. Again, we have a lot of this lined up, ready to go. I know you guys would love it, but we just need to hit some of these numbers to push us over the edge to make it a reality.
Yep. So really, I mean, these stretch goals, like, they amp me up, because not only is it like a good board game, good add-ons, like all the bells and whistles that I think are really cool and I think the community will enjoy, but like there's some tangible numbers and things that would really grow the Alpha Clash IP and make Alpha Clash something special. So yeah, pilot episode, man, would be just so cool to have that happen. And then lastly, our $200,000 stretch goal is that we will do a free Entropy alternate miniature. You're probably wondering, like, who's Entropy? New character that you'll be introduced to. So yeah, there's just so much about this campaign that excites me. It gets me up out of bed, gets me ready to go. First and foremost, the board game is really fun. So if you're a board gamer, or even just like the Alpha Clash IP, like, there's no doubt this box is worth it. In terms of weight, it's like a 10-pound board game.
Feels like a lot. Yeah, the first time I unboxed it, I was like, okay, I see why we're charging, what we charge. Like, I've never been that much of an intense board game person, and feeling what it feels like, I was like, oh wow, this is the real deal. Yeah,
and so to me, this campaign is an opportunity for the Alpha Clash community just to rally together, to go, hey, we're ready to take it to the next level and get cool things along the way. Like, this isn't just like, oh, okay, like, we want to do a pilot episode, so whatever. Like, we are giving value at every step of the way.
Right. Yeah, we've talked about, like, do we do a Kickstarter for a pilot episode? And yes, there were ways to, like, do promo cards or whatever. We didn't want to just, like, ask for your money to help fund this thing. We kind of wanted to combine it to where, it is also part of this other tangible campaign, and it's just an added bonus. So we've gone back and forth a lot, but we think this was the best way to, knock out a few birds with one stone and make a lot of things happen. So again, hopefully we can all rally behind this campaign as a community and make some of these awesome things happen.
Yeah. The campaign, we really took a lot of time just reflecting on what would be just desirable to board gamers, to our current Alpha Clash community, like everything in between it, and really just bundle it up, package it together, and, like, just go for it. And I think that Cosmic Conquest is, like, the perfect opportunity for, some really fun things to start happening. So,
yeah.
2025, we're planning on it being just an awesome year, fun year. So many cool things happening, but you stack on, digital game, pilot episode, with the comic books and the board game and the TCG continuing to be the flagship product, like, man, this is 2025 is like what I always envisioned Rising Empire Studios to be,
Exactly. Yeah, and for those people that, one criticism we get is that we're doing too many things, but we continue to grow, we continue to expand. And, you heard in the last episode, Mark Wade being impressed with everything we're doing, how we are, we do have different teams handling different things. And especially this, the pilot and the mobile game, like we would be bringing on major teams and major partners for this. And so we really are just trying to continue to push all this forward as we've intended from the beginning. Other card games continue to fall off. Another big one fell off recently, but Alpha Clash, rest assured, we are strong, we are ready, we are planning ahead, and we hope you'll be part of this crazy journey over the next couple of years.
Yeah, and that starts, I guess it started when Alpha Clash started, but it continues to evolve really with the launch of the Cosmic Conquest campaign. So I feel that these stretch goals are within reach. They're, reasonable, attainable, and hopefully
very much so. Yeah, I don't think $1 million is crazy for this campaign. You see them all the time on Kickstarter. We want to have all these things attainable so that we can make them happen. But hopefully we just knock them all out of the park.
Yeah, because again, we want to give our community cool things. Like that is why we do what we do. So, let's make something happen with this. I'm excited. We'll see you all on Tuesday, the 25th, ready to go.
Yeah.
And
get those in. It helps the momentum of campaign, have a big launch. So be ready that first minute, please. Be ready to back, and let's crush it. Let's hit a ton of those stretch goals within those first 10 minutes would be awesome.
And it is true, like kind of going off of what you said, the way that the formulas and algorithms and all that work, like the more people that hop in right away organically, more people are going to see it on Kickstarter. So people outside of our bubble will see the success of it the more we have up front. And I'm excited for this campaign.
Yep. So we'll see you there February 25th. What's the time? 6:30
Pacific. 9:30 Eastern.
There you go. All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you soon. More updates coming every day. See you. Bye.